Hi guys. What y'all got going on? Listen. Okay, I think we're good. Listen, I know my hair is like extremely big today, okay? But I was like, I'm just gonna let her live. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna let her live today. Like, I'm not fooling with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not twisting her up. I'm not putting a ponytail. Like, I was just gonna let her live today. That's what I was gonna do. You know how that shit. So she's living. She's living. Listen. Okay, listen. Listen, I apologize. I just got a phone call. Okay. I apologize. I'm sorry. Oh, look at Kathy. She said it's okay. You're so sweet. I don't know why that was so sweet. She put it's okay with a smiley face. You're so sweet. Okay. Anyways, I mean, if you're not watching this live, first of all, if you're not watching this live, I don't really know what you're doing with your life, okay? Make sure that you do subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you hit the notification bell so you know when I am doing my live streams or whatever. But yeah, So listen. Um, so listen, this is gonna be another prophetic dream. I wrote down a lot of stuff. It was a lot to unpack here. But yeah, we gonna get right into it, okay? So as you can clearly see from the dag one title or whatever, for some of you guys, this might be a point of where you are being gang stalked, okay? And I never really understood like that term or whatever, but more so of like just like multiple people, you know what I'm saying? Somebody will gang up on you, but it's like the jealousy and the hate is so real that it's like multiple people in a quote unquote a gang like watching you for a particular purpose, watching you with very ill intent, okay? Hold on, y'all. Okay. um we're good. Had to turn off the Wi-Fi be tripping. But watching you with very very ill intent, right? And as well, let's just get into it. Listen, so as I'm in the dream or whatever, I was dreaming that I was just sleeping. And the thing is that I was, and the crazy thing is that these dreams have been happening like during the day. Okay? These dreams have been happening during the day. And yeah, like I would get up super super early, and then I will get certain things done. And I'm like, let me take a quick little cat nap before I have more work to do. And so every time I've been taking these little cat naps, okay, every time I take these little cat naps, like my dreams have been insane, like insane, okay? So yeah, so this particular one, I actually had this dream maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I honestly have kind of been sitting on it because I didn't know how to express it. Like, it was a lot going on. Like, I did not know how to express it. I didn't know if I even wanted to speak on it or tell it. But anyways, in this particular dream, I was laying down sleep, and there was like a window beside the room that I was sleeping in, and it was a department store. It was a department store that was on the other side. So, excuse me, and like the area that I was in, I thought that it was one particular area that I was familiar with. Okay, in a city that I was familiar with. But within my dream, like in my consciousness in the dream, I'm like, no, we're not in that city, we're not in that state. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I was just thinking to myself, like, wait, no, we're not there though. So even in my dream, I was very confused, like, how did I get here? Like, what is going on? So anyways, I just remember that I'm sitting there sleeping, and then like the lights start cutting on in the store, in the retail store that was beside me. Like, I could see the lights cutting on. And so at first I was like, oh snap, like I need to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to leave. Like the workers are about to come in, like they're about to, they're about to open up the store or whatever. Like I need to leave. And I'm like, but wait, like this is my room. And it was like a hotel room. And I'm like, but this is my hotel room. Like this is my room. Like I don't need to leave. Like what? So anyways, like when they opened the store, it was like some construction workers. Like they started, like I just started hearing banging and stuff, and like they started to work on stuff over there. And so it started to be like, it almost felt like a series of days, like a series of like multiple days. But there were two construction workers that kept like coming to that window, and they could see in on me. So like at first it was like cool banter, like we was chilling or whatever, and they did kind of wake me up. And so I'm just like, hey, what's up, like what's going on or whatever. And it was like they were peeping in on me, and they were looking at me. And I don't necessarily remember the conversations, but I know we were laughing a little bit, like things were kind of cool or whatever. But then there was a particular moment in the dream where I was naked, and they were looking over at me doing something. Okay, they were doing something while I was naked laying down. And I remember like I just like woke up, and I yelled and I screamed. I was like, hey. And I was like, hey. And like they just like sat there. They just kept sitting there. They were just sitting there staring at me. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it was like I kept like, I think it was like a piece of glass, like I kept trying to like shut the window, or like I kept like trying to put a lock on it or something. And it was like somehow it would just disappear. Not that they would be breaking in, or not that they would be breaking it, but like it kept disappearing. And it's like, and it's not that the window got bigger, but it at first, like the windows had like bars on them. At first the windows had bars on them. Then, like I said, I kept trying to put down like the glass part of it, but that kept disappearing. And then eventually it was just an open space. Like the bars were gone, the piece of glass was gone. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Okay. Like what the hell is going on? So as well, along within this, I'm about to say movie, child, okay? As well, along within this dream, I remember there was a particular point, like I said, throughout the multiple days that like I would be getting up, walking around and stuff. And it was like the two guys that were sitting there, like the construction workers, like I said, we would have like banter back and forth. Like we'd be chilling, talking back and forth or whatever sometimes. And like I'd just be walking around the room, like talking to them. And I remember I kept walking back and forth from the mirror. I think I was like doing my makeup, and then I would walk around, back to the other side and like talk to them, and then I'll go back around and like do my makeup. And then there was a particular point, I think it was after I screamed at them. I remember walking to the bathroom, and there was a sharp object in my back. Because this YouTube, you can't say certain stuff, but y'all know what I'm talking about. There was a sharp object in my back. And I remember like walking past the window. Well, before I even, not walking past the window, walking past the mirror. Before I even got past the mirror, I remember just feeling sad. And I always tell y'all, like, remember your emotions within a dream as well, because they're going to indicate a lot. But I remember just like feeling sad. And then like I look up, and it was this big ass thing in my back. And so, and I remember like the bruising around it. I remember it being like really red, and like blood kind of like trickling down a little bit. And so I remember just like feeling on my back. Like I don't know if I was trying to take it out or not, but it was like just feeling it. Like I could feel like the texture, like in the dream. Like I remember feeling it. I could feel the texture. And so I was just like feeling my back. I think I was trying to take it out, but I just felt my back. And then like I look up and it was gone. Like it was gone. It wasn't there. I'm like looking behind. I'm like, was I tripping? Like I know something was just in my daggone back. Like what's going on? And so I'm like, what is going on? So I was just feeling I looked back, like I said, in the mirror, and it was gone. And like my back was fine. It was clear. So then like I walked back over to the other side of the room. Then I was walking back towards the mirror again, and it was in my back again. And it's like, but I didn't feel any pain. It was the emotional distress. I didn't feel any physical pain. It was the emotional distress that was getting me. And so again, I go in the back, and I'm feeling in the back of me. And I think the second time I was a little irritated. So I'm feeling in the back of me, and I was a little irritated. But then again, it's like once I felt the texture and felt that feeling, I turned around, and then it was gone again. Now, the people, like the two construction workers, I remember they was like really irritating me. Like they, and it got even to the point where I felt like they was making fun of me. They were like making fun of me or cracking jokes at me and just like looking down at me, because the window was like mad high. And it's like they just kept looking down at me and like irritating me and making jokes about me. And I feel like as well, I believe I asked them like if they were the ones to put that thing in my back, but it's like they would never give me straight answers. Like I can't remember a conversation with them. Like I don't remember anything we actually said. All I can remember are like the laughs, and that's it. But listen, Chad, listen. I looked up, like I always do, I looked up everything individually around this dream. And I feel like the biggest takeaway is that there may be something that in your waking life that you're irritated by, or that you're frustrated with. Okay. And it's like, this is, I feel like that for some of you, like this is not the time in your life to be like, let's sit back and let's see what happens. Because I feel like that some of you, like there's this one thing that I say about like sometimes, the most important thing in situations is like to know when it's time to go. And for some of you guys, like it might be time for you to go. Like it's time for you to leave a situation. It's time for you to walk away in a situation. Like it's time for you to go. And this is one thing that I always say, like pertaining to any type of relationship, friendship, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're not just talking about romance, but where it's just like at a particular point when you're just sitting around in a situation, like that person is no longer hurting you. You're hurting yourself. They've done the damage. You've seen the damage that was done, and you're still there. So you can't turn around and blame them. Like, no, they're no longer hurting you. You are hurting yourself at this point. Okay. So it's like it's and that can be the thing as well, because another interpretation that I've seen with like being stabbed in the back is that, yes, of course, obviously there can be some type of betrayal in your awakened life, but it's like, be careful not to betray yourself. Be careful not to play yourself in situations. Okay. But it's time to stand up for yourself. Okay. Another energy here too is that there may be a frustration with you where you have way too high expectations of a person right now, of a person or a situation. Like you have way too high expectations of a result or how something may turn out. Okay, so it's time to speak up for yourself and no more on we'll see where it goes. We'll see. No, let me know what's going on right now. Okay, let me know what's going on right now. Okay, so it's time for you to speak up for yourself. There may be a situation where somebody may disappoint you sometime soon. But as well, with the vibe of me taking those things out of my back twice, either I took them out or whatever, or again, just feeling that wound. But the fact that like it came twice, but I overcame it twice. There's definitely a vibe of where there may be something in particular where you have already overcome it so many times. You've overcome some type of previous betrayal so many times where it's like, baby, they can't fool you no more. Okay, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. What, baby? I can't get fooled no more. I can't get fooled again. And funny enough, too, big energy around J. Cole and George Bush. Okay, if you know that J. Cole song, I was looking it up, child. I was looking up the daggone song and I forgot to. Hold on. What song is that, y'all? What song is that? Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign, load the chopper and let it rain on you. Hold on. What song is that? I was going to look it up, but I completely forgot. Oh, no role models. That's deep enough. No role models. And that is as well another big energy around this message as well. Again, the lyrics say, fool me 1 time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign, load the chopper and let it rain on you. So with that, there's a really, really big lesson here of anger. Okay, there's a big lesson of anger. Like I said, it's like all of that, everything that I looked up the meaning behind being stabbed in the back. I looked up the meaning of like peeping toms in dreams, or people watching you in dreams. I looked up what else did I look up? I looked up the energy around feeling textures, or feeling an open wound, or having an open wound in dreams. I looked up all of that, and honestly, they all kind of came back around to the same things, that there is some type of anger, something that is disturbing you, something that is bothering you, and it's like you cannot sit on it anymore. Ain't no more, oh, we'll see, try to walk in peace, try to be peaceful. And it's like, I get that, but I just get that for some of you guys, like, that's not working anymore. Where it's like, are you really being peaceful, or are you really sacrificing yourself? Like, there's some type of sacrificial energy here. Okay? But yeah, at the same time, there still needs to be a balance. Like it's like, yes, there is a point in time, like this may be the awakened moment, like waking up, like, no, I gotta speak up, I gotta say something, but don't act impulsively. This is where the balance needs to come in. Don't act impulsively, okay? Like, you have the, not necessarily finding restraint. We're not restraining anymore, okay? We're not resisting or restraining anymore. But you just have to be strategic on how you approach certain things in your life coming up, okay? But definitely be careful with any type of like retaliation, or the way that you express anger, or expressing it at all. I feel like you gotta be strategic about this right now. So don't sit there and let something eat you up. Because and that anger and that energy goes both ways. Don't just sit there laying dormant. Don't just sit there and be a doormat and let a situation walk over you. You not saying anything, or you trying to keep the peace or something. Like, don't just sit there when really you're feeling ate up inside. Like, you really feeling like, oh my gosh. Like, when you know that you're going crazy inside, you know that you freaking out at home when you by yourself, you know something is bothering you. Don't let that eat you up, but at the same time as well, don't allow that anger to overreact and to explode on a person or situation, and you overreact. So it's definitely a vibe where it's like it's like, yes, it is time to attack, but you gotta be tactful. You have to really think about how you're about to make your next move. So definitely, this is gonna be a great time to calm yourself. This is gonna be a great time to look up how to meditate, and I'm dead ass about that. Like, literally look up how to meditate. Don't think, I just sit on the floor. No, look up how to meditate. You can even find some videos on YouTube, but the advice that I can have for you is about the timing. Do 5 minutes, start out with 5 minutes, then build up to about 10 minutes. And I mean, for like at least 3 to 4 days to a week. Do 5 minutes for 1 week, and then 10 minutes that next week, and just keep bumping up until as much time as you feel like you need. But literally look up how to meditate. Because it's time you quiet your mind. It's time you quiet your thoughts and try to make a plan to move forward. I'm about to say an exit plan. Like I said, for some of you guys, it's time for you to leave something behind and move on, okay? But yeah, there could be somebody that's feeling very much so guilty. Someone feeling very guilty. Either this can be you, Or this can be someone else in your life, okay, or someone else around you, like somebody's feeling guilty about something, and that was the vibe around you being watched, or you feeling like somebody is watching you. Someone may be watching you out of guilt. Like they only watch you, they only check in on you because they feel guilty, because they know they can't say anything to you. Somebody may be thinking of what to say, how to apologize, how to communicate with you. And just like I said, within my dream, where like that window was there and the guys were there like almost every day, but it's like I seriously cannot recollect any actual conversation. It's like they were just there. Like I said, yeah, we might share a few laughs, and like I said, I do feel like in the dream we were having, like, we were talking. I don't like we, you know what I'm saying? Like I know we were talking, but we weren't talking. Like I cannot remember not one single conversation. Like I don't remember any exchange of words, and that's so weird. But yeah, somebody, like, they don't know what to say to you. So somebody is definitely holding back, and somebody may be watching out of guilt right now. Some of you as well, this may be a big vibe of where that you may be concerned about some upcoming results, or you're worried about others' opinions. There as well was a big vibe around transition in career, because that was about me. I looked up, what does it mean to dream of like a retail store, or to dream of a shop or a store? So some of you guys could be changing careers, and you may be a little hesitant, or you may be concerned about what people think about you changing careers. You just may be feeling guilty of leaving a certain career fields, or leaving a job or something. And that could just be simply your anxiety of like, yeah, how do I exit? How do I leave? How do I put in my 2 weeks? How do I walk away from this? How am I supposed to walk away from this? And it's causing you anxiety, but it's eating you up to stay there though. So some of you guys is like, you need to evaluate that again. Just really think about how to move forward. Some of you as well, you could be torn between what is expected of you and what you truly want right now. And as well, there's still a lot of positives to this. Like I say, even the point of where, I took out those things in my back twice. Like I was able to overcome twice, not necessarily heal myself, but the fact of, and I wanted to mention too, the fact of, again, me feeling my wounds, me feeling that open wound. It's like a lot of you are at a point where you are very aware of self. And that's the thing. As far as, well, yeah, like, yeah, there is a lot of anxiety. I don't know how to move forward in this situation. I do feel like something is eating me up. A lot of you may be practicing resistance right now. You may be practicing the art of patience. You may be practicing trying to be in peace. And that's why you feel so angry, because it's like, bro, I really could go off. Like I really could turn up right now, but I'm not that person anymore. But you really trying me though. A situation is really trying you. But I'm here to tell you that, again, you may be a little fearful of self, thinking that you're gonna go off. Again, you may have this initial feeling of guilt of like, I know I'm about to load the chopper and let it rain on these niggas. I know I am, but you're not. I feel like that a lot of you need to be aware that you are aware of yourself, okay? Again, you've taken those things out of your back so many times, and that's not a congratulatory woohoo. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, again, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, there will be no third time, because you can't fool me no more. And so I just feel like that, don't underestimate yourself. You know how to move out of this situation. You do know how to stay calm. You have gained peace. If you were trying to move away from a certain part of yourself, if you were not trying to be a certain way anymore, if you were not trying to be involved in a situation anymore, if you were not trying to think of your trauma anymore, I'm here to tell you, you got it. Like literally, bro, you got it. So again, me feeling my wounds, that's a representation in your waking life right now, that again, you are very aware of self, and that it is time for you to take back your power, and you have enough self-control. That's another thing too. Whatever this may be, this may even be with you know what I'm saying, weight gain, weight loss, trying to change your habits, whatever habits they may be, trying to be more consistent with yourself. Maybe you do have a great job opportunity and you are freaking out because it's like, bro, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to be on time. I'm not gonna lie. I got so many other responsibilities. I have so much going on. I really want this opportunity, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep this. You might be saying to yourself, like, I always mess something up. I always self-sabotage something, but I'm here to tell you, no, you're not. No, you're not. You have enough power, you have enough self-control to address your trauma right now. And for some of you guys, you have enough self-control, you have enough power, you have enough willpower to address your abusers right now. Some of you guys, this is what it's about. It's time to address your abusers in whatever way that means for you. For some of y'all, that might be extremely literal, where it's like, I gotta say something. I need to speak up. And this may, again, however, if it has been eating at you, if you have been seeing this person or seeing these people, if you feel like that they're stalking you, they're watching you, it's time for you to do something about it. If these people are in your family, if you work with these people, it's time for you to say something. Don't you be afraid. Again, you may be concerned about an outcome. You may be concerned about people's opinions of what they say. Who cares? Speak up. It's time for you to speak up about something. Now, another vibe here, okay, that again, this is low-key very, very powerful and very good for you. This is actually a very positive message for you. For some of you guys, there could be some type of reunion. There could be some type of reunion soon. This can be reunion with self. There was this one message from Lauryn Hill from her Unplugged, what's the name? Okay. Her Unplugged episode, MTV, back in the day. But there's this one clip of it that I had reposted, and she's just like, you know, this is the first time y'all meeting me. You know, this is the first time I'm meeting myself. And I feel like that a lot of you, yeah, this reunion is the reunion of really the introduction of yourself, of your truest self. Without you feeling like you got to minimize yourself to make somebody else comfortable. Without you taking on a career path. Maybe some of you guys are spiritual. Maybe some of you guys, you know, you want to work with tarot cards or something. Maybe some of you guys do feel like you have a psychic gift. Maybe some of you guys, you know, your peoples wanted you to be a doctor or a dentist, but you want to be a singer. You want to be a writer. You want to be an actor. You want to do nails. You want to be a barber. And it's like you care so much about these people, but it's just like it's time for you to live for yourself. You can't keep being concerned about what people think. There is the tweet that's pinned on my Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'm Olivia Love _5 times. But it's just like, not one person on this earth, not your mama, sister, daddy, cousin, brother, uncle, best friend, nobody, that is going to fully understand the mission and the journey that God got you on right now. Whether you go down a super dark path, whether you stay in the light and righteous path, whether you dibble and dabble in whatever, nobody understands what God has for you. Nobody understands why God needs you to learn certain things. Nobody will ever understand that. But what you need to do, that's when it goes back to just being obedient. Like, you know what? I'm feeling called to do X, Y, and Z. I'm feeling called to get away from this. I'm feeling called to stand up for myself and speak on this. I'm feeling called to go over here in this career path. Do it. That don't mean you finna be there forever. That don't mean that any embarrassment, if you feel embarrassed, that don't mean any embarrassment is finna last forever. You just gotta walk and just do it. Okay? But like I said, there could be a reunion of self, like I said, or really meeting, of really understanding yourself and really meeting yourself for the first time. And as well, for some of you guys, this could be a reunion with someone very special. Because there's also a positive vibe around someone staring or someone watching and not knowing what to say. Like, it's just, they don't know how to react to you. They don't know what to say. But at the same time, somebody is watching, and if you were to say something, they will be so excited. And I feel like that you may be excited just as much to involve yourself into something. Like I said, maybe you have been staring at a job, that's online, that is for you. Again, maybe you've been sitting there staring, at like, oh, I could do that. I would be great at that. I could X, Y, and Z. And it's like staring back at you, because it's like every time you're scrolling through social media, you see something that reminds you of it. It's just like, bro, I know this thing is like calling to me. And it's just something like, once you actually take that step and do it, I feel like your heart is going to feel so full. And like I said, this is pertaining to a person, and there may be a good energy, a good person watching out for you, a good person who they may not be speaking, they may not be up in your face, but they got your back. They're watching out for you. And like I said, there could be some type of reunion where you guys, like I said, both of you may be very happy, very excited. And it's like both of you may have been anticipating it as well. So like I said, even if this is like physical watching someone, I feel like that you are anticipating a meeting, and someone else is definitely anticipating the exact same meeting. And like I said, if this is not necessarily romantic, then there may be an opportunity that is waiting for you. That people are waiting for you. People that you don't even know may be waiting for you. Like, I can't wait till this person gets in this role. I really hope that this person does this or takes this opportunity so they can watch you, so they can admire you. So again, you might really be torn right now between what is expected of you and what you truly want. But again, like I said, this is your time where you really need to speak up. Now, I wanted to pull some messages just to see some oracle messages, just to kind of go a little bit deeper, more so on like advice. Because I feel like this was just all telling you, like I said, what my dream was about and kind of breaking it down. But I pulled some advice on career and like a prediction on career, new love, as well as like an overall advice or spirit animal for you. So big energies around career for some of you where this is resonating right now. Literally, you got the message of step outside your comfort zone and then savings. It says, as you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and your path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. So for some of you guys, like I said, there could be some major changes that you're making in your general life. Some of you guys could literally be moving. Some of you guys, this might be a new vehicle, a new job, whatever, a new opportunity. And it's like, make sure you are prepared. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, okay? That is the biggest vibe. But as well, y'all know I'm not no astrologer or nothing like that, but I kind of understand, this message right here. Again, step outside your comfort zone. It's the North Node message. And like the North Node, please don't try to butcher me in the comments. Like I said, I'm not no astrologer. This is just my understanding, but you can Google. But like the North Node, like that is the energy you should be working towards. That's your greatest self, your greatest potential. The South Node is what you're most comfortable with, what makes you comfortable. Something that doesn't allow you to be so vulnerable, because it's like you just know how to go with the flow of that thing. But being vulnerable would, it would be stripping you of what you're comfortable and pushing you to go towards your greatest self, your highest self. Like some of you, maybe you have aspirations like, one day I love to own a beauty salon, but you just working at the mall. Not even thinking about saving, not even looking into, not even trying to, try to get a team together or something so you can have, stylists and stuff in your salon, not even mapping out what your salon would look like. And that's what I'm saying. If you were to actually take those steps, of getting to your highest self. That's what the North Node is about. So a lot of you, when it comes to career, yeah, you're having all these anxieties. You're feeling this way. Again, you may be feeling anxious about opinions because you are headed to your North Node energy. Now, vibes around new love for some of you guys. You got the message of it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. And you have the message of see me in their eyes. It says, whenever conferring with another, either face to face or across the miles, whether a human being, departed spirit, or a scented tree, always speak to the highest within them. Always speak to their highest self. It makes such a difference. Yeah, so again, basically everything that I was talking about in this message, where there is something emotionally tearing at you and trying you. But again, although, yes, I feel like that this is your moment. This is your time to strike and take action, but you need to be strategic on how you do that. All of the practice of peace, all of the practice of patience that you've learned, don't let it go down the drain in a moment of passion and in a moment of anger. So again, speak to people's highest self. This is one really important message. When I was in a very emotionally abusive relationship, an emotionally manipulative and abusive relationship, this message like stuck with me because I would, boy, you talking about patience, you talking about peace. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. Okay. I ain't know what it was. The only P I knew about was pussy and pimp, okay? Talking about peace. Okay, patience. What is that? You pissing me off. That's the P I know. You're pissing me off, okay? I would go off. I was so angry. Child, I can't talk about it too long because I'm crying. Like, I was so angry all the time. Because I'm like, bro, why are you playing with me? Why you keep trying me? And I would just go off. I would go off. Oh my gosh. Like, and I just remember thinking back to that time, like I have never been so low in my energy. I was just so angry all the time. So angry. And then I remember I had seen this message and I was really starting to understand what it meant. Where it's like, no matter what, speak to the highest of them. And for me, it's like the highest self, your highest self would not sit up here and keep manipulating me. Your highest self would not keep sitting here playing with me. Your highest self would not think it's funny when I get upset. So I started to be so calm when I spoke to him. I started to be so peaceful. It was a complicated situation. I knew he was lying. I knew he was cheating. I knew it all. Because I was that person in that window watching and peeking. I saw everything on social media. I called the girl up. It was a lot. But it was like it's like I know all the facts and you still refuse to tell me the truth, and you still are choosing to lie when I know the truth. And it was just so irritating because it's like I know the truth and you still lying. But I remember that after a while, and he was still trying to carry on like we were in a relationship. Like everything was honky-dory. Hey, babe, what you doing? I know you just got off the phone with her. Like, why are you playing with me? And so I just started to be real peaceful. And I started to walk away. I'm like, I'm not doing this no more. What do you mean? What are you talking about? What's wrong? What's going on? Babe, you know you just got an attitude problem. Like, stop. Emotional manipulation. You know you always got an attitude. Like, I told you I'm not talking to that person anymore. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You want to talk? What's wrong? I'm not doing this no more. I really do. I pray for you. I wish you well in life. I truly do. But you need help. Like, for real. Because it sounds like I said, I'm not gonna go too much into details. It sounds like, oh, okay, just somebody cheating. No, it was real deep. It was really deep. It was a lot more to it. It was a lot more layers to it. But I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna pray for you, and I'm gonna just walk away because I can't do this. And like just kept calling me, kept messaging me. What's going on? What are you talking about? Okay. Listen. I didn't know how to break it off with her. Like she's just so desperate. Like I'm just saying. And it was just so much. It was just so much. It was just so much. But anyways, the whole point is, I just remember in those moments, I was at the lowest of the low. Like I was in such a dark energy. And really, it was more so that energy was around me, which was this person and that situation. I was so low. It was so dark. Like everything was so dark for me. And I just remember when I chose, I'm like, I'm not about to sit here no more. Like, I'm not about to keep allowing this to happen. I was praying so hard. And I literally just started to speak to the highest of him. And it was like, even his highest self, some of it still couldn't come out. Because he admitted a little bit. Like I said, there's too many details. I'm not about to get into that because it's real personal. But he admitted a little bit. Like, oh, well, she's just desperate. So, I just kept in contact. And I'm like, no, it's more than that. No, that's it. No, that's it. Like, I don't even talk to her. Was just on the phone. I'm just like, what is, like, just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. And it was just, anyways. But I could also tell within me speaking to their highest self that, again, what did I just say? It's like, you just meeting me. I'm just meeting myself. He had never met his highest self just yet. That's why he couldn't understand. He couldn't understand how I just flipped from freaking out. When I say I used to cuss this man out, baby, you really would have thought I was a spawn of Satan. Because I was so hurt and I was so angry. And I'm like, you're not about to keep playing with me. And it was like the fact that I could see, I'm like, you're not even yourself. And he's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Yeah, you don't know what I talk about. You don't know what I'm talking about. You do not understand what I mean, because you haven't even met your highest self. You haven't even met your greatest potential, because you're choosing to live in your south node. You're choosing to live in this low vibrational energy. And now that I've risen above that, you don't know how to communicate with me no more. After a while, I didn't block him or anything. He used to call me, not say a word. Again, those people in that window. It'll be sometimes, it's like, oh, what is that? Oh, that's so-and-so. Tell her I said, hey, okay. And I didn't say anything. I'm like, I'm not about to carry on the conversation. But you don't have anything to say. You can't speak to me in my highest self, because you've never even met your highest self. So again, for a lot of you, you're going to see conversations changing. You're going to see energies changing around you. And you're really going to start to notice certain things. But again, I feel like that a lot of things that are happening around you is not really about these other people. It's a reflection of yourself and how much you have grown and how much you are ready to step up. You are ready to speak up on certain things. And I feel like that you will be able to handle it, or you'll be able to handle this new moment and this new time in your life. You will be able to handle it. Now, the last overall energy in your spirit animal, you have the hare or the bunny rabbit. And it says, discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. The energy is gaining momentum. Literally everything that I said, literally wrapping everything up. I've been speaking about discernment for a long time. And the crazy thing is, the first day that I heard or really paid attention to the word discernment in church was when I was dealing with this person in this abusive relationship. That was when I really started to pay attention to that word discernment. And the pastor had a whole sermon about discernment. And for some people, discernment, some people have the gift of seeing demons in other people. If you've ever heard of that. And it just depends. I know I've heard it a lot like in the Christian world, people who practice Christianity and certain religions. And I actually had a friend who could see certain images and could see the demons within other people. But as well, that's a part of discernment as well. Like when you can seriously discern so much who and what to give your energy to, who, what, when, where, and why somebody's lying, who, what, when, where, and what. Again, literally, yeah, like I said, just to give your energy to, or what to be involved in. But again, I feel like, again, yes, the energy is gaining momentum. It's not a point, like I said, it ain't no point of you sitting down. No, it's time to take flight. It's time to take flight in certain situations. It's time to take flight. And literally, when you feel like you know how to approach something, hop, jump, take that leap of faith and move forward, because you have enough discernment. You've been patient enough. You've waited long enough. And now it's time to move towards something more passionately, but it's going to lead to a magical world of love, because that's the only thing that you're operating out of. You're operating out of love. You have become a being of love after all of the torture, after all of the hurt, after all of the backstabbing, after all of the peeking toms, okay? After everybody watching your every move, after all of the expectations put on you that you have definitely checked the boxes off, after living life how other people have wanted you to live, after keeping your mouth shut for so long, it's time for you to now live a life of love, something that you're going to love. It's time for you. It's your time. And like I said, if this is resonating for you in a literal way of where you need to address somebody, you need to address situations, you need to respond to something, like I said, yes, move ahead passionately, but do not let your anger get the best of you. Meditate. Pray on things. Pray on what you gonna say. Pray on how you finna respond first. And try to respond, try to speak up, try to say something from peace and love. And that is exactly what you're gonna continue to experience. Because no matter how you respond to this thing, well, not necessarily no matter how, but no matter the outcome, that's what I'm really trying to say. Because again, we're responding in peace and we're responding in love. But no matter the outcome, this is about to change your entire life. You're about to change your entire life by going after this thing, by doing this thing, okay? I love y'all also very much. Please make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that y'all hit me up for a personal one-on-one phone call or one-on-one video chat with me for personal life coaching, or if you got questions or whatever. Of course, if you're watching this live, make sure that y'all check me back at the next live stream that I'm going to be doing. I love y'all so much. That's it. Okay, bye.